Today we are discussing how do you get a job with the UN, NGOs, and international organizations. So without further ado, let us get started to it. Now, I am guessing for a lot of you, this is probably not your first seminar or training or webinar to attend. The first thing I want to mention is that if you have failed to earn more money in the past, it is not your fault. There is a lot of information out there and it can be confusing. Many a times, that information overload is what keeps you from success. And it's okay. If you have been concerned in the past that you just cannot succeed in employment, I want to put those fears to rest. You just need the right person to explain it to you. The society, on the other hand, has perpetuated the message that you need to be an entrepreneur for you to be successful. And whenever you introduce yourself as an employee, you are looked at as a second-hand citizen. Most people, as a matter of fact, are better off as employees because that is where they get more satisfied and have higher productivity. The big corporations, the education system, and the government, they want you to think that you need some fancy college degree for you to be successful. I'm here to tell you that they are wrong. They have their own reasons for wanting you to think that, but it is not true. If you have ever thought that the government and the education system wants you to fail, you are probably right. They don't benefit from you succeeding. They want to keep you in debt and in need. The difference with us is that we actually care about your success and truly want to see you living the life of your dreams. So that is what we are here for. I know you have that dream job which will give you the highest satisfaction and utilize your full potential. I want to show you how to make that happen during this session. So my question is, are you ready? If you're ready, say yes, I'm ready in the chat. I can see some of them already coming in. Thank you. I can see somebody is yes, they are ready. Somebody else, yes, they are ready. Yes, everybody say yes. So if you're ready, drop that in the chat and let me know that you are ready to get started and to learn all these in this session. Thank you very much. Violet, I can see you saying you're ready. Sean, I can also see you're ready. We are live in multiple platforms on YouTube, on Facebook, on all this. Kingpin, I like this. Yes, I'm ready. Someone from LinkedIn, they're coming in. This is super good. And so we need to move on. Now, I want you to imagine this. Imagine you attend an interview, and at the end of the interview, the hiring manager tells you that you are hired. Yeah, and after that, you start working. At the end of the month, you get a pay slip like this. Now, this is in Kenya shillings. To make it easy for you, just divide it by 100 to make it US dollars, and then you can convert it into your currency. Now, the basic salary being 180,000 per month. Yeah, that is about 1,800 US dollars. House allowance 50,000, medical allowance 25,000, commuting allowance 15,000. All this totaling up to 270 Kenya shillings. 270,000 Kenya shillings, or 2,700 per month US dollars. How would that make you feel? Yeah, I want you to close your eyes probably and just imagine that. And based on that is my first question. And as you see, this is going to be a very interactive session. I want you to drop in the chat, what does a six-figure salary mean to you? I really want you to let me know what a six-figure salary means to you, because once you have been able to clarify that, then it is easy for me to be able to help you get there. So what does a six-figure salary mean to you? Drop that in the chat. I'll be happy to read through. Okay, I can see a bit. Let me check out the comments. Oh, flow state you're talking about. Yeah, it will enable you to travel. Or someone else, Violet, it means the world to me. Okay, this is very good. I can see somebody saying, yeah, yes, they're interested. Thank you. What does it mean to you having that six-figure salary? Because once you have it in your head, some people it's about financial freedom. Some people it's about travel. Some people it's about taking their kids to good schools. As in, the answers are so many, but you really need to know for your case, what does it mean to you, so that when you're trying to get these good jobs. Thank you, Agnes. I can see you talking about financial security. You're not just chasing after the wind. You're very clear on what is it that you are looking out for. So as I was planning this training, I want to make sure that you are in the right place. There are two types of people I was trying to target to attend this training and to get the most value out of it. The first one is a professional who wants to get a job with NGOs, the UN, and international organizations. So if that is you, you want to get a job with an NGO, with a UN or international organization, you are in the right place. And the second kind of person that I really want to help during this training session is someone with or without a degree and they are feeling stuck in their career. So if you fall in any of this category, you are in the right place. And by the way, if you don't fall in any of this category, I would invite you just to leave at this point because you might not find value from this session. And I don't want to waste your time. I want to have people who will get the most value from this session. My goal, number one, is to show you the only way to get a job with NGOs, the UN, is by acquiring what I call the Badass Pro skills. And the only place you can get these Badass Pro skills is through a program called the Badass Pro program, and I'll talk more about it later on as we proceed. For those of you who are seeing me for the very first time, my name is Daniel Mutuku. I am the founder of Careerpoint Solutions, and over the last 10 years, almost 11, since 2011, when we started this firm, I have been blessed to work as a recruiter, a career advisor, and also as a professional and personal development coach. I am a certified digital marketer by Google, and among other groups, I am a very proud member of a group called the League of Young Professionals, also known as LYP. On top of that, I'm an author of 4 books. The first one is Facebook for Profit, how you can easily use Facebook for profit. The second book I published was The Blueprint for Success, Guaranteed Steps to Achieving Anything. And I also have these 2 books out there for free. You can be able to grab them. That is Conquer the Year Ahead, Make the Next 12 Months Your Best Year Ever, and The Ultimate Cover Letter Guide, 101 Sample Cover Letters. If you are interested, check some of my videos about these 2 books and you can be able to download them for free. As we start, I have 2 questions for you, and this will form the basis of our conversation today. The first question I want to ask you, will you let me be your coach? If the answer is yes, drop that in the comment or the chat. Will you let me be your coach in the next 1 hour or so to coach you, to guide you, to be your mentor? If you say yes, just drop that in the chat and I want to see who is saying yes, you want me to be your coach. Okay, I can see already Amos, you're there saying yes, 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 you want me to be your coach. I like that. I can see Bashir saying yes. There's somebody here, yes. Jenny saying yes. Okay, so many of the yeses coming in. Thank you. And the second question, I also want you to tell me, will you allow me to tell you the truth, the hard truth, even if that is not what you want to hear? If so, say yes in the chat. And by the way, if you're saying yes to both questions, say yes, yes, or yes times 2, or yes twice, or whichever way, the shortest way you want to express yes for the 2 questions. I want to see. I can see Nick here. You're saying yes. I can see Beshak. You're saying yes, yes for both. I got that right. Oh, they are coming in so many. Thank you. Thank you. I can see someone else saying yes, yes. And this is what forms the basis for our conversation. Yeah. Okay, they're coming. I can see. Okay, I might not be able to showcase all of them, but I'm glad that you say yes, but do that commitment by putting that in the comments below. And to help you do this, let me just share with you my job search story. Back in 2009, I cleared my schooling. I am looking for a job. I was lucky that I was able to get my first real job in 2010. It took me 1 year. According to the Bureau of Statistics, it takes about 3 to 5 years for a fresh graduate, someone fresh from college, to be able to secure a job. To me, that 1 year felt like forever. And I really sympathize with people who stay 3, 4, 5 years without a job. It's not easy. But then once I got my first real job, something interesting happened. I started getting invited for interviews, like 10 interviews in the next year. And I was like going for an interview every month, and I was not securing any of these positions. Then came 2011 when an opportunity showed up, and I said, I must seize this moment. At that particular point, I was working as a computer tutor in Nyanza, that is the western side of Kenya. And at that point, here in Nairobi, an international school looking for an ICT teacher, and I said, I must seize this moment. And that is when I can say, maybe the whole idea of being a Badass Pro or Badass Pro skills came along. And how does it work? Typically, you apply for as many jobs as possible. If you're lucky, you are invited for an interview. if the interviewers like you, they give you the job. And it might not be your dream job, but because you don't have a job, you go for it because you need a job. However, with Paras Pro skills, these are tried and tested techniques that will give you predictable results. Like you are sure if you do this, this will happen. It worked for me. Probably you don't want to be a teacher, but it worked for me. But look at this. This is an email I got from Alexander who told me, thank you. I attended a career presentation last time. This Monday, I was invited for a position of liaison officer, Kenya Airways, and Wednesday this week, I got the job. It worked for Alexander. It can equally work for you. In the next 40 minutes, my task is to share with you these two main secrets. Secret number one, how you can triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates. And my second secret I want to share with you is how to negotiate a six-figure salary. And just to play a small game, yeah, I want you to drop in the chat, yeah. Imagine we did not have time for both secrets and we only had time for one secret. Which one would you really, really want to know? So if it is number one, drop in the chat and say one. If it is number two, just type in two. I want to see which one is the most popular one. Imagine we don't have enough time for both secrets and you want to really, really learn one. Is it one, how to triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates? Or is it number two, how to negotiate a six-figure salary? Drop in the chat. I want to see which one you would really, really want to know. Okay, I can see. Oh my God, the ones are coming. One. Okay, Calvis, you're talking about number two. I can see number one. Sean, you go for number two, but the number ones are coming. Number one. Q Trading Consulting, number one. Okay, number one. Good. Don't you worry. I can see the numbers are still coming in. But the good thing is that we have time for both secrets, yeah? So don't worry. Hang on in there. I can see number one is popular. Or I can still see number two is getting a bit of traction. But anyway, we have time for both of them. So without further ado, let's get to secret number one. How do you triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates? Now, let me just give you, let me complete the story. Yeah? Working in CIM, Nyanza, and the Computer for Schools project, an international school here in Nairobi is looking for an IT tutor. I come in, after the interview, I was so sure that I was going to get that job. I traveled back overnight, and the next day, as sure as hell, I got invited. I got a call. I remember it was in the middle of the day, around 10ish, 11, walking towards my house on the road. I received a call from this lady, and she tells me, thank you for coming in for the interview. We are glad to inform you that you have gotten the job. I was so happy, almost jumping in the middle of the road out of the excitement. But then that afternoon, something a little bit depressing happened because I received a call from the same number, but this time around, they were telling me that I have not gotten the job. They have withdrew the offer. I got confused and I asked, why is that so? And she said, yeah, you are the best interview. We took it to the board, but they rejected it in the sense that they wanted someone with experience teaching in an international school and taking students through the international exam, that is IGCSE. I said, wait a minute, I had none of this experience. I had none of any qualification to be able to teach in an international school, and yet I was the best interviewee. So how was I able to do it? I will tell you this. You have 3 seconds whenever you get into that interviewing room to be able to portray these 3 things. Yeah. Number one, you should be able to show them that you are as sharp as a tack, mentally acute, clever, intelligent, mentally alert, as in you have your eyes on the ball. Number two, you should be able to show them that you are as enthusiastic as hell, showing and having great excitement and interest in that organization, in that job, and that specific role that you are interviewing for. And these things should come straight off the bat. You get into that interview room, and that thing, within the first 3 seconds, you should be able to show them that you are an expert. You're knowledgeable, you have the skills in your area. And then you might be wondering, how do I do this within the first 3 seconds? The good news is that these are learnable skills. I learned them for myself, and I have seen others being able to do the same, and it has just changed their life. And you can equally learn them. This is learnable. Look at this email here I got from Brian saying, dear Daniel, I'm grateful for your services. I would like to give you feedback. The CV helped me get 5 interviews 5 finance assistant position and 2 finance officer position. Who gets 5 interviews? It is there, yeah. Lucky enough, I managed to secure the finance officer job, which I'm starting in January. Another one here is Chepkuru saying, hello, Daniel. Thank you for always sharing how to answer questions in an interview. In the beginning of this year, I secured a job that I have been dreaming, a dream job, yeah, to be a registry officer. Now I am one. Thank you. Be blessed. Jane here, happy customer, saying, thank you guys for writing my CV in a professional way. I secured myself a job within a few months. I'm happy for the results. My current employer was so pleased by my CV in such a way I cannot explain. I went for 4 interviews. Who goes 4 interviews? And still emerged the best. Thank you guys. You are the best. Now, having shared that, I know some of you have these questions in the head, yeah? And I got some of your questions, yeah, by email, someone asking, how long does it take? Let me just respond and say that this is the job market. You are paid or you are compensated for the value that you bring into the market or being a valuable individual. It takes time to build the value, but unfortunately, you're not paid for the time, but you're paid for the value. So focus on building that value. What about office politics? I'll tell you this, office politics is not going anywhere, but I can teach you how you can use office politics to your advantage. How do I convince the management that I am due for promotion? I am responsible enough. I can take up more responsibilities. I can take up that role. As a matter of fact, that is a wrong question because it's very difficult to convince people to change people's mind. But I can teach you how you can influence the management to make the right decision, to pick you up. Do I need to quit my job? No. Most of the time, you don't need to quit your job. But if you have to quit your job, I can show you the red flags that we need to look out for. Is it possible for me? I would say yes, it is very much possible for you, and it can happen to you. It happened to me, it happened to Alexander, to Brian, to Chepkuru. It can equally happen to you. So I want to say this with a lot of conviction that it is possible to triumph over other candidates who are more qualified and experienced. Yes, very possible. And I want you, by the way, I want you to repeat this after me. I want us to say this together with a lot of conviction. If you can say it out loud, please go ahead, do it. If not, just say it quietly with a lot of conviction, and we can say together that it is possible to triumph over other candidates who are more qualified and experienced. Yes, very, very much possible. As we move on, okay, before I get to secret number 2, let me pause there and ask, are you getting value out of this session? By the way, if you're getting value, drop that in the chat and say, yes, I'm getting value. If you're feeling motivated, say motivated. If you're feeling inspired, whichever feeling you have, yeah, let me know in the chat before I proceed. I just want to check on you. I want to make sure that you're getting value. You are grateful that you did not waste or you did not use this time to do something else. You don't feel as if joining this live training was a waste of time. So let me know in the chat if you're getting value. Drop say value. If you're feeling motivated, if you're feeling inspired, if you're feeling like whatever you're feeling, let me know in the chat, and then I can be able to move on. Before I go to secret number 2, oh, I can see someone saying, yeah, yes, motivated. Someone is very inspired here. Thank you. I can see feeling motivated. State flow, very hopeful. I can see Kevin, you're feeling inspired. Thank you very much. At least this gives me hope that you're getting value. You feel like you haven't wasted your time. Thank you very much. Oh, this is good. This is good. Hassan saying inspired. Okay, where did it go? Okay, it's still there. So let's move on to secret number 2. How do you negotiate a 6-figure salary? Now, let me say this. When I was researching for this section, I came across this study that was done by JobVite, and it was like a super great, like, what do you call it? The study. 84% of salary negotiations always result to a higher pay. And I say, this is good news. Let me explain to you. Chances of you getting a higher salary when you try to negotiate for one is very high, 84%. But then only 14%. Now, this was a bit depressing because only 14% of employees try to negotiate salary in their current job. In other words, people wait to negotiate salary when they are going for a job outside, in another company, in another organization, when they're doing that interview, but never in their current job. But then I want to know in the chat, have you ever tried to negotiate salary in your current job? If yes, say yes. If no, just say no in the chat. Let's do a quick survey and see, is it true? 14% people try to negotiate salary in their current job? And if it is yes, was it good or bad? Just say yes, it went good, yes, it went bad, or something of that sort. Yeah, I want to do a quick survey here. I can see someone saying, okay, so have you tried or not? Someone say, okay, sir, okay, Festus says no. Okay, that's I can see Violet's also saying no. Oh, some people came in and saying no. Festus, there was Agnes, there was Arnold, or at least I have a Julius saying yes. Was it good or bad, Julius? I would want to know. So you can see most people, okay, Julius saying it was good. So you can see it is a confirmation. Chances of you getting a higher salary when you negotiate is very high. And a bigger majority are those people who don't negotiate in their current job. Yeah. I can see, oh, Kevin again, yes, went good. So I think this is evidence that actually I can see another, yes, I tried the negotiator and it worked. So you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is to show that it is possible to negotiate for one and still get it. And most people, again, don't negotiate. Why? I don't know, but we can be able to figure out. How then do you go about it? So the first secret is anyone who is confident enough to try usually succeeds. That's the point. These people who have tried, most of them, I think I've seen 3 people saying yes, they have tried and it went well. It shows that they had the confidence to be able to go and, okay, I can see one person saying it went bad. Okay, I'm going to address that and I'm going to show you, maybe see what are some of the problems. Someone, is it possible in the military? Okay, that would be difficult because I know some companies have a certain structure, but it does not mean, again, even on the military, everybody is being paid the same. There is something you need to do to get to the next rank to be paid more and more. And we'll discuss that, yeah, shortly. And I want to say this, it starts with the confidence. And once you have the confidence to try and negotiate for that higher salary, then something else happens, yeah. Here we go. You need to have these 3 tips as you try to negotiate, especially that person who said it went bad. I have some remedy for you. Number 1, you need to know the salary that you want before you start negotiating. Now, let me pause here and say, now this might sound like a very simple tip, and you're wondering, is it really even a tip after all? Yeah, isn't it obvious? But so many people come to an interview, I've seen them, and I ask them, how much do you want to be paid? They say more. I ask them, how much is more? Do you know? I don't know. You tell me. You understand? I don't understand. You better know the figure that you want. Is it 100,000? Is it 200,000? Is it 250 or 270? But then this figure should not be a figure that you're just drawing from thin air. This should be a figure that is demonstrating your value. So the big question is, do you know your value in the marketplace? How much are you worth? How much should you be paid? When you are clear on your value and your worth, the next step is to make your company realize your value. Bring any and every evidence you have to portray your value to the employer, because we want to change the conversation from I've been here for the last 10 years, I have 10 years of experience. Yeah, but being here for the last 10 years, what value have you brought? Have you been an asset or have you been a liability? Make your company realize you're worthwhile, your meaningful contribution. What do they stand to lose if you're no longer working there? It should be very clear to them. And tip number 3, use comparables to justify your salary. Question is, do you know how much someone like you in your field with experience just like you in that industry, how much should they be paid on average? Because if you don't have these comparables, it becomes difficult for you to know how much you should be able to ask for. Here's an email I got from a gentleman called Julius. He said, greetings this evening. I'm writing to appreciate your work. It is barely 2 months after I used your reviewed CV. I am glad that I have landed 2 jobs. I've taken the one I prefer. I am working towards completing my course M&E. Careerpoint Solutions, you're the best. That is a course we offer here, monitoring evaluation. So this gentleman got 2 jobs, had to pick one and let go the other. Here's another one. Lauren saying, I'm happy to inform you that after you guys reviewed my resume, I received 3 different calls from interviews within a span of 24 hours. Within a span of 1 week, I attended all the interviews and fortunate enough, I secured all the 3 jobs. This was after a pregnant search for a job for 1 whole year. I only had the difficult task choosing which one to go for, but eventually I opted for one and politely and professionally declined the other two. Thanks a great deal, and please convey my gratitude to the entire team. Yours sincerely, Lawrence. So my question is, this gentleman got 3 job offers, had to pick one and let go the other. Imagine you are the one with these job offers. You have 3 job offers, 4 job offers, 5 job offers. You have to pick one and let go the other. Now, I want you to drop in the chat and be very candid, and be frank. What criteria will you use to decide which job to go for and which one not to go for? Here's the question. You have 2, 3, 4 job offers. You have to pick one and let go the other. I want you to be very frank. In a word or in a phrase, what will you use to decide? I'll go for job A and I will let go job B. Let me know in the chat here. What course do you offer, M&E? Yeah, we have a course on monetary evaluation. I'll talk more about it, Joy. Yeah, hang on in there. So in the meantime, tell me, what criteria will you use to decide I'll go for job A and I will let go job B and D? Something of that sort. Yeah, because I will call out people who are very frank or very honest, and I'll also call people who are just being modest. You know, this is one thing people don't want to talk about. They just want to be modest. Okay, I can see, okay, someone saying yes. I think there's a slight delay in the, okay, good. Flow state, you're saying I would choose which one will help me in my future improvement. Okay, that is good. But you're just being modest. I'll say that. Somebody talks about culture, professional growth, availability. Okay, good. Go for the dream job. Yeah, if it is your dream job, Doreen, I see you there. Nobody's saying what many people make the decision based on. Yeah, does it suit me? Okay, I like that. Organization culture, I also like that. But this one, nailed it. I will use my value in terms of salary offered. Most people make the decision based on the salary. Yes, now they start coming in. Someone say based on the offer. I had seen another one here, Vanessa, talking about the condition working and the salary. Violet, thank you, nailed it on the head. Salary, higher pay, that is fastest. And let me tell you, there's nothing wrong making the decision based on the salary. And most people make the decision based on the salary. Where am I being paid more? Yeah, I can see. Short, you're also talking about the same. Choose the one with the best offer. Violet, salary. William, highly paid job. Thank you. And there was a research actually that was done. Look at this one here. Yeah, there was a research that was done, this by Finance Online, and they found out that the most important consideration in accepting a new job offer, number one, is usually compensation. 49%. So don't be shy to talk about money. Probably being shy talking about the money is the reason why most people don't start the conversation until maybe their current job. Second thing, consideration, professional development. I saw people talk about I can improve, I can grow. That is professional development. Several people talked about work environment. Yeah, that is work-life balance. 29%. Yeah, because it's very important in this day and age, especially of mental health issues. You need to be very deliberate about your work-life balance. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as we proceed. So I want to say this, as I said earlier, with a lot of conviction, that it is possible to negotiate for a higher salary and get it. And I want you to say it together with me. Yeah? Are you ready? I want you to say it together with me. If you can say it out loud, please do it. If not, just hold your heart and talk with conviction with yourself that it is possible to negotiate for a higher salary and get it. Yeah, it starts there, right? Next, I want to say this. Some of the question I got from you, and this is important for you to think about, how do I network with the right people? And I like this question because according to LinkedIn, it says 85% of high-paying jobs are gotten through networking. And then later on, I'll introduce you to a group of high net worth individuals who will help you get these jobs. So it's important for you to think about networking. Number two, what matters most? Is it experience or qualification? Okay, let me say this. Let me pull this in a little bit. Because remember I said, I will tell you the truth, the hard truth, even if that is not what you want to hear. That's about what I'm about to tell you. Whenever I see someone asking the question about, is it experience which is more important or is it qualification? This is someone who is trying to run away from the reality. Someone who is looking for a scapegoat, who does not want to take full responsibility. You know why? Because if I tell them that experience is what is more important, they will say, oh, I knew it. I'm not getting these jobs because I don't have the experience. When I say qualification is the most important thing, oh, I knew it. I'm not getting these jobs because I don't have a degree. I don't have a master's. I don't know. That is a big lie you're telling to yourself. I want you to take full responsibility. There is none which is more important than the other. If you have the experience, use that to your advantage. If you have the qualification, use that to your advantage. What is more important is what you have. Are we clear? Hopefully you get that, yeah? And I get a little bit out of shape when I talk about such thing, because I feel that is something that I need to make very clear. How do I balance work and personal life? Yeah, as I said, when you start getting these high paying jobs, you need to be very deliberate in terms of creating time for yourself and your personal life, because the more you pay, the more will be demanded from you, both in terms of effort, time, and even your mental capabilities. So be very deliberate in terms of scheduling time, putting boundaries where you can be able to have your own personal life. And I think it is important for you to know that. Okay, moving on. Let me say, am I too young? Am I too old? Same thing, same thing. Let me tell you, this is just a way of running away from full responsibility. I'm in a conference. I finished the conference. Someone comes and says, I think, remember, it was a young man saying, I think we're not getting this job because I'm too young. I'm not getting these jobs. I'm too young. I just graduated. Same breath, another lady comes and say, I think I'm not getting this job because I'm too old. So my question was, which is which? None of this is a matter. We have jobs that are out there for entry level people. So if you're young, go apply for those jobs. If you think you're 50, you're 40, you can't get these jobs, you're old, there are jobs that are out there for people who have experience. Stop using that as a scapegoat. None is more important than the other. And to prove the case, look at this. Now, this is an email I got from Bilshan. What does he say? I recently landed my first consultancy with a few Kenya after heeding to a well laid out, I put it, youth friendly advice. What does this mean? This is a gentleman who is older than me. It didn't matter my age, but did he get the results? The answer is yes. So age doesn't matter. The name of the game is results game. How do I measure, track, and evaluate my progress? It really saddens me when I see someone 5, 10, 15 years down the road only for them to realize they picked the wrong career direction. However, I'll give you tools that will help you to track and evaluate your progress as you go about. How do I fix myself in the succession plan? Yes, I know some companies have succession plan, and the secret and the medicine for this is influence. I talked about you can influence yourself through the succession plan. They'll be wondering, how did this person end up here? What are the qualities of a person who is worth 6 figures? Oh, good question. Actually, the qualities are badass. Remember, I talked about badass. It's an acronym, and I'll talk about those 6 qualities in a short while. Is that okay? How do I get started? Thank you for asking that. I'm about to show you how you get started right away. Is that okay? So let me pause here and ask you. If I show you exactly how to get your dream job, do you believe that you can get a job with NGOs and the UN? If you believe, say yes in the chat. I really want to take time to pause here and get you to say, yes, I believe. I want to say in the chat comments, yeah, put it, yes, I believe. Because irrespective of what I do, if you don't believe, there's very little I can do. I can put in the effort, I can put in the time, but it will not work. I can see people saying yes, yes. Actually, just type it out and say, yes, I believe. Thank you very much. I can see Monica saying, yes, I believe. Yes, I believe. Or someone, Julia, saying, yes, in Jesus' name. Yeah, you believe. Violet, thank you. I can see yes. Where is Eunice? I saw Eunice saying, yes, I believe. Who else here? They're coming in. Joy, you say, yes, I believe. Thank you very much. I can see, yes, I believe. Actually, I'll pause. I'll give you time to type it out. Yes, I believe. If I show you exactly how to get your dream job, do you believe that you can get these jobs with NGOs and the UN? Say, yes, I believe. Thank you very much, John. Because the first thing is manifestation for you to show your faith and your belief by typing it out. And that is why I'm giving you time. This time around, I'm not in a hurry to go to the next one. Okay, I can see Brian, you're saying yes, I believe. Hussein, Faith, Wes, okay, they're coming in very quickly. Raphael, I can see you saying I believe. Thank you, thank you. And that is it. It starts by you believing, because if you don't believe, Agnes, okay, I've seen that. Yes, thank you. Yes, I believe. Yes, I believe. And actually, I'll pause and say, this is what it takes. You believing. And then from there, things take shape. Alan, thank you. Now, I want to pause and say, is it okay for me? I want to take 10 minutes to share with you about this program called the Badass Pro. I define my own destiny, and how this program can be able to help you get to that job with NGOs and the UN, because you believe, right? So I'm actually asking for your permission. If you give me your permission, just type it and say permission granted. I'm asking for your permission. Is it okay for me to take 10 minutes, talk about this program called the Badass Pro? I define my own destiny, and how it can help you to get to these NGOs and the UN jobs. And then from there, I'll be able to answer all the questions that you might have. Yeah, I can see we are in good time. So if you do so, just say permission granted. Julius, thank you for granting me the permission. State Flow, granted permission. Thank you very much. I appreciate. Eunice also, I can see Licharo. Hopefully I pronounce it correct. It's okay. Agnes, thank you. Yes, I believe. Okay, permission. Okay, I think I get it. Yeah. Thank you for giving me the permission. I will just proceed so that I don't take more time here. I am very proud when I say that I am a Badass Pro. You know why? Badass is an acronym and Pro is a professional. So who is a Badass Pro? Badass Pro is an individual who is bold. Then they are very courageous. They will do what needs to be done to get the job finished. Secondly, an individual who is very authentic to themselves and authentic to their potential. They know what they are capable of and they will go for it. An individual who is driven, doesn't need to be supervised, constantly supervised to do their job. They have that inner drive, inner motivation. An individual who is aggressive, who will go and grab what they believe to be theirs. But in this work, in this world, nothing will be given to you on a silver platter, leave alone on a silver platter, even if it belongs to you. You need to go and grab it. Yeah? And you're not just grabbing anything, you're also very assertive. Aggressive and assertive. You are clear about what is it that you want. An individual who is skilled, because the biggest divide between the successful and those who are not successful in the world of work and professional careers is about skills. Skills are the ones that will make you more valuable. By the way, you remember that question, what matters most? Is it experience or qualification? None. What matters is skills. You can get your skills from your qualifications. You can get your skills from your experience, but if you are not skilled, you are doomed. And that again, an individual who is self-assured. They are confident of themselves. Remember, we talked about confidence is key. So a Badass Pro is an individual who is bold, authentic, driven, aggressive, skilled, and self-assured. Now, if you join the program, this is our mantra. This is our war cry. We say, I am a Badass Pro. I define my destiny. I create my own luck. I am confident, but not cocky. I am quiet, but not silent, competitive, and aggressive. I take 100% responsibility. I never give up. That is who a Badass Pro is. Now, if you join the Badass Pro program today, what are you going to get? Well, you're going to get the Badass Pro 6 weeks coaching program, which is valued at about 100,000. Now, I'm not saying this is the cost that you need to pay, but this is the value you get out of that program. If you join today, these are the 6 weeks coaching program, as in this is what you get from the 6 weeks coaching. Week number 1, how to get started and become unstoppable. We get you ignited, we put you on momentum, you will not be stopped. Week number 2, you get to know your worth, like how much should you be paid if you start if today. Do you know how much you should be paid? And then from there, we can be able to build up your value. Week number 3, we'll talk about building confidence and competence, because these two things go hand in hand. The more competent you are, the more confident you become. The more confident you are, the more competence you have or you become. So they go hand in hand. I had this quote by Marcus Garvey, who said, in this race of life, without confidence, you're twice defeated. Week number 4, we discuss about mastering communication, influence, and networking. Do you remember we talked about influence is a key thing you need to learn? Yeah. How do you communicate? And now here I introduce you to networking. Remember, 85% of high-paying jobs are gotten through networking. Week number 6, I give you the tools that will help you to track and evaluate your progress, so that 5-10 years down the road you don't find yourself in the wrong career path. And week number 6, the ultimate, we now talk about how do you negotiate your salary based on your own skills, based on your qualification. We already identified your pattern, your worth. How then do we build up and negotiate for it? So that is what the 6 weeks Badass Pro is. Now, on top of the 6 weeks Badass Pro coaching, you will also get one of our professional certification. Yes, I saw, was it Joy Lena, you asked about the certification? Yes, we have project management as a certification that we offer on itself. We have project monitoring and evaluation. We have strategic management and leadership. We have fundraising and resource mobilization. So you will pick one of these certification and we give it 100% free as a bonus. Yeah. Remember, for you actually, some people ask, now how do I get a job with the UN? How do I get a job with the NGOs? The key skills the UN and NGOs are looking for are people who have skills in project management, project monitoring, evaluation, fundraising, and resource mobilization. These are the key skills. So I'm telling you, this is the way to get there. And that is why I'm giving you this, one of these certification, you pick it for free. So on top of the 6 weeks coaching, you get one of the professional certification, and also you get professional CV writing. I know Flow State, you're the one who was asked about CV writing and all that. Let me tell you this. Most people have CVs. And there's a very big difference between a CV and a professional CV. Because most of those CVs are just a documentation of where someone went to school, where they have worked, a list of their some responsibilities and some hobbies and maybe referees. But on the other hand, a professional CV is a document that you use to market yourself. Very, very different. Yeah. Think about a company having a product or a service, new or old. Do you know what they do? They will market it through billboard, through magazine, television, radio, you name it. But you and me don't have the luxury of having a billboard about ourselves and our skills. So what do? We sell ourselves through a CV, and we need to be very clear what is it that we are selling. Our skills, our abilities, our qualifications, our experience, and our capabilities. That is what we are selling to the employer. And we need to be very clear about that. Joy Lewa, I like that. You're talking about it is a full-time training or bigger badass. Yes, we'll get there. Now, moving on. When we look at a CV, a very, very famous research has it that it takes about 6 seconds before a hiring manager decides if they're going to go through your CV or not. 6 seconds. Does your CV pass the 6-second test? This is what most common CVs look like. So I want you to give you a chance. This is you are the hiring manager. This is a CV from Daniel Mutuku. Take a glance at it, and within 6 seconds decide what can this person do. Daniel Mutuku, male, Kenyan, married, date of birth, ID number, telephone number. What can this person do? Because that is a question the hiring manager is having at the back of the head. And this CV here tells us nothing. We give him benefit of doubt. We go ahead and read some of these career objectives. Yeah, I have picked several career objectives, probably even from your CV, and I'm going to show you here. And as I show you these career objectives, I want you to ask yourself, do these objectives resemble the ones in your CV? Maybe in tone, in style, or even word for word. Yeah. What I see, I am seeking employment with a company where I can grow professionally and personally. Question, what can this person do? As a matter of fact, this statement here is very selfish. You're telling us what you want to get from us rather than what you're bringing on board. Another one I see very often, I seek challenging opportunities where I can fully use my skills for the success of the organization. Good wordings, but still not saying anything. Do you know our success criteria in our organization? I want to succeed in a stimulus and challenging environment where that will provide me with advancement opportunities. Being selfish, I want to succeed in this field with hard work, perseverance. This, by the way, if you have that section of career objective in your CV, go get rid of it. It is not helping you in your job search efforts. On top of the 6 weeks coaching, we give you professional certification. We also give you a professional CV. We also give you sample cover letters. And this is very important for you to understand what we mean by cover letter. Now, a cover letter is a highly customized application letter for a specific position. And to help you have an idea what this cover letter is, I picked a job at random. This is a job description for an accountant. I picked 2-3 responsibilities there. So if you're an accountant, you get to work in this organization. What will you be doing? Review and establish proper accounting systems, supporting budget and focusing activities, liaising with internal and external auditors. Then, if this is you, if you can be able to do this, then you should write a cover letter that has a statement like this somewhere in the cover letter, saying, I have the ability to review and establish proper accounting systems. In my previous employment, I was involved in liaising with internal and external auditors, such that when they're ready, they're saying, yes, this is the person we want. They're coming to do exactly what we want them to do. They have experience in it. Get it? On top of the 6 weeks coaching, we give you professional certification, we give you professional CV writing, we also give you sample cover letters, and on top of that, we add LinkedIn profile guide. And LinkedIn is very important because I can tell you in this day and age, you cannot afford not to have an optimized profile on LinkedIn, because that is where HR, recruiters, headhunters are spending their time looking for their right candidates. And unlike your CV, which is in your flash disk, in the cloud, in the email somewhere, a LinkedIn profile is a living CV. It is working for you even when you are asleep. The jobs will be looking for you rather than you looking for the jobs. Take a look at this email I got from Shisalim. He told me, hey Daniel, I would like to thank you for your LinkedIn profile guide service. After your guidance on how to make my LinkedIn account look more professional, I have been approached by a potential employer and I am due for an interview on Wednesday next week. Needless to say, he got that job. He wasn't looking for the job was looking for him. Here's another one. Of course, I had nothing to do with this, but I asked Rosalie for a permission and saying, go ahead, use the post. This is what she said. I posted my very first LinkedIn post to market myself for a job. I was not really sure whether I would eventually have a positive outcome from this, but I kept my head up high. Got called for interviews almost every day last week, and this yielded me a job. Yes, guys, I have a job now. That is the power of LinkedIn. On top of the 6 weeks coaching, we give you professional certification, we give you professional CV writing, we give you sample cover letters, we give you LinkedIn profile guide, and on top of that, the cherry on the top is interview coaching, because we believe it is important for you to be prepared when you are going for an interview. 99.99% of the interviews that you go for, the first question will be, tell us about yourself. Do you know how to answer that question? Do you know? Because how you answer that and it will actually set the pace for the rest of the interview. Some other questions you need to expect. Why should we hire you? What makes you the best candidate? Why did you leave your previous job? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Do you have any question for us? And the ultimate one, how much should we pay you? How much salary? What is your salary expectation? We will teach you how to answer all those questions. And in other words, this is what you get by joining the Badass Pro program. 6 weeks of coaching, professional certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, interview coaching. The value that you're getting out of this program is about 210 Kenya shillings, 210,000, or you can talk about 2,100 US dollars. Now, this is not the cost of the program. Let me make that clear. This is the value that you're getting from it. Yeah. Now that you know who is a Badass Pro, bold, authentic, driven, aggressive, and self-assured individual. Are you ready to become a Badass Pro? If you're ready to become a Badass Pro, drop that in the chat and say, yes, I'm ready. Are you ready to become a Badass Pro? Say, yes, I am ready. I can say already, yes, I am looking forward to that. Okay, good. Doreen, you're ready to become a Badass Pro. If you're ready to become a Badass Pro, drop that in the chat and say, yes, I am ready. I'll wait for you. I can see Peter Emmanuel saying, I'm happy to be here. Oh, that is great. That is great. Are you ready to become a Badass Pro? Timothy is saying, yes. Are you ready to become a Badass Pro? Say, yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Let me see them coming in. Yes, I'm ready. I can see Tahiba saying, yes, I'm ready. I can see Monica, you say you're ready. Jenny, you're ready. Ahmad, you're ready. Sorry if I okay, Brian, you're ready. So many people coming in. Thank you. People are ready to become a Paras Pro, and this is very, very exciting. Yes, I'm ready. That is Patrick. Mar, you're ready. Koske, John, yes, I'm ready. I might not be able to. Vivian, thank you very much. You're ready. Women writers, you're ready. Okay, good. Let me then show you how then you can be able to get started. I had two choices when I was preparing this program. I was thinking, now how much should I charge? The first option was to go cheap and get as many people as possible. I said, yeah, that is a very good option. Yeah, let me go cheap, get as many people as possible. Then I realized I have another choice, is to ask for a slightly higher investment and dedicate more time and effort to guarantee your success. So out of these two choices, I decided, let me go with the second one, whereby I'm going to ask you for a slightly higher investment in yourself today. But this will mean I will dedicate more of my time and effort to guarantee your success. Rather than have 100 people in the program and I'm not able to deliver, let me have 10. And this 10, I will dedicate more time and effort to guarantee their success. By the way, I'm looking for about 10 people. 10, and I cap it. So you might be asking, how much then will it cost? The program will only cost you $24,999, which you can be able to pay in 3 monthly installments. And this will guarantee you get your 6 weeks of coaching, one of the professional certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. And wait, if you are international, you can pay in US dollars, whereby it will be $249, or you can make 3 monthly installments of $99 through PayPal. And before you move on, let me tell you this: absolutely no excuse for you not to take action, because there is a 100% money back guarantee. If you join the program 30 days into the program, you don't get exactly what I've said you will get, let me know, no question asked, you get your money back. Are we clear on that? Now you have two choices. The first choice is to do nothing, not to take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. And the second option you have is to be open-minded. Take up this small investment in yourself today and give it a shot. So out of these two options, doing nothing or being open-minded, what is going to be easier for you? Don't drop in the chat this time around, just have it at the back of your head. I'm about to answer all your questions, but let me say this. Research has it takes about 24 hours. Once you have learned a ton, as you have learned this evening, if you don't take action in the next 24 hours, chances of you taking action thereafter drops almost to zero. Yeah, and taking action doesn't mean just paying for the program. As in, think about your CV. How does it look? How do you answer questions in an interview? How does your LinkedIn profile look like? Do you write customized cover letter for your jobs? Yeah, think about that. And in this world, we have two types of people. The first type of people, the first group, those who get an opportunity to change their lives. They agree with everything that I've shared with you. They can actually see how it is applicable in their lives. And guess what? They do nothing. And the second type of people are those who take action and define their own future. Between these two types of people, those who do nothing and those who take action and define their own futures, which type are you? Don't drop it in the chat, just have it at the back of your head. Now, I want to answer any questions that you might have. You want to get in touch with me, my email is daniel@careerpoint.co.ke. And if you want to know more about the Badass Pro program, just go to careerpoint.co.ke/Badass. Is that okay? And by the way, before I move on, I have a special offer. Now, this is an offer that is valid until Sunday midnight, but a special offer. Anyone who makes the payment tonight, right now, it is about, yes, before 9 p.m. It's about 8:25. Before 9 p.m., make that payment. First deposit of $9,999, and I'll give you the Badass Pro coaching. You can also pay in installment through PayPal. I'll give you a link, and you join the Badass Pro program, and you get all these 4 certifications. Only those people who take action tonight before 9 p.m. before we finish this live broadcast. If you make that first deposit, you will get that, and on top of that, you will also get a t-shirt. By the way, let me move this a little bit and show you this. Yeah. On top of that, you will also get yourself a t-shirt, if I can open it, yeah, saying I'm a Badass Pro. I'll give you a t-shirt saying you're a badass pro, and on top of that, you will also get yourself a notebook that says, I am a badass pro. On an evening like this, some people decided to take action, and here you can see them. These are people who took action, joined this badass pro program. Helen all the way in Kitui, Eunice in Bungoma, this is Scholar Sticker in Kikuyu, this is Wilfred in Kiambu, Lara in Nairobi West, in Kikiri, Beatrice in Kikiri, this is Margaret in Tondo, Francis in Mombasa. We have more and more people, yeah, Willie in Gara, and they decided to take action, and it changed their life. It is on your opportunity now. You can make that first deposit, 9,999, get the 6 weeks of coaching, get all the 4 certification. This is only for people who pay live when we are here. Those who pay later on, if you pay Monday, no, not Monday, if you pay tomorrow, Friday, you pay over the weekend, because we are starting the coaching program come Monday, right? So if you pay there, you'll get only 1 course. You can also pay PayPal if you're international, 9,999. Through PayPal, I'm dropping that link in the chat, and then we get started. So let me check if I have any questions. How much is it in Pakistan rupee? Now, I might not know exactly how much it will be, but I'll tell you, if you convert it to US dollars, can you convert US dollars now to your amount? It will become a bit easier for you to get it. Is that okay? Let me see if there's any other question. Define my own future habit. I like that. Yes. So Jenny, you're saying define my own future. You like this. This is good. Okay. Okay, let me see. There's one here. Is this we do the investment? Yes, this is where you are investing in yourself. But let me say this as you type in your question. Yeah, the best investment you can ever have is to invest in yourself. By the way, don't leave. I have still a few things I want to share with you that you will learn also. So let's hang on in there, and then we can call it a day as I answer the question. I am going to train you on some things as I wait for the questions to come in. The first thing is to tell you that the best investment you can ever have is to invest in yourself. This is Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world. And he knows the place that you'll get the highest return on investment is in yourself. It is said for every shilling, every dollar you invest in yourself, you will get 30 shillings return over time, or $30 return over time. That is a 3,000% return on investment. Where else will you get such kind of return on investment? Not in real estate, not in stock market, but only when you invest in yourself. I learned this rule from Brian Tracy. It's called the 10-10 rule. And typically we are brought up in a society where we take 10% of our income and we tithe it. We use it to help other people. I want to put it to you. Why not take another 10% of your income and tithe it to yourself? Use it to help yourself. Use it to fund your personal development. Use it to invest in yourself, because that is where you will get the highest return on investment. Here's an opportunity for you to invest in yourself. Get the 6 weeks of coaching. Get all the 4 certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile, interview coaching, only by making that first deposit of 9,999. You'll also get yourself a notebook. You'll also get yourself a t-shirt, as I told you. Okay, I've been told someone has paid. Okay, I'll confirm with my team. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Might be. I can't get the name, Julia or somebody. So if you have made a payment, just drop and say, yes, you have made the payment. I'll be very happy to have you here. Eunice, I like your question. What time do you schedule the session? Okay, very good question. The thing is, all these sessions will be are already on our online learning platform. So what happens is that we will create a learning account for you. So when you log in, you get all these courses there. But for the coaching, how it happens, the coaching is scheduled per week. So you will go through the coaching material. Then once you're through with the coaching material, you can be able to come in and book a one-on-one coaching session. So the one-on-one coaching session is done at your own time, whichever time that works best for you and me. Yeah? So I do most of it after working hours, because that is where I found maybe at 5, 6, 7, 8 over the weekend is when we have now the one-on-one. But you can be able to do the coaching session at your own pace and convenience, in the morning, at the middle of the night, midday, evening, you will be able to log in and you will be able to get that. So, by the way, Eunice, don't go. But if you have any questions, and especially people who are international, I am going to share with you my Zoom details. So we're going to have a one-on-one session right now on Zoom after I answer all the questions, and I can be able to demonstrate to you how you can join the program and how it works. So if you're international, or even you're here in Kenya and you have certain questions you don't want to share, or you have already paid, please, I'm going to share with you the Zoom details shortly so that you can join me at the backstage after I finish teaching what I'm teaching. But I like that question, Eunice. What is the maximum page of CV that you did? On average, I would say 3 pages would be the best number of pages. If you can make it shorter, it's okay. But we can discuss. We'll do a professional CV for you, so don't worry about that. I have an MBS. Is it beneficial for me? Of course, yes. It is going to be of great value to you. Onesimus, you're asking, is there any session that you will hold again? Okay, not soon. Most of the time, I would want to have people join in, and then I go through the program after the 6 weeks. Then we can be able to maybe have another intake. But the opportunity is here. Take advantage of it. If you don't have the money, I know somebody talked about financial constraint. We can also agree on a payment plan. As long as you make your commitment, even if it's 2,000, 5,000, right now, this evening, you get all the 4 courses, make the commitment, and we will be good. I think somebody did the math for us for Pakistan rupee to be about 25,000. Is it the whole program or 9999? I'm not sure which maths you did, but thank you for that. I can see Sunday, you're saying you're interested. Exactly where do you get it? Okay, William, just hang on. It is going to be on our learning platform. I'll demonstrate to you. Just hang on in there. I give you the Zoom details in a short while, and then we get started. So let me say this, and I want to bring this as we close it out. I have like 2 or 3 more slides, and then we can go backstage. This is email I got the other day from a lady called Lucy, and this is what she said. Dear Daniel, I am okay. I think I need to make it a little big for you guys to be able to see it. Even I can pull it much closer. Good. There we go. Look at this email. She says, Dear Daniel, I cannot be grateful enough for the Badass Pro training that came with a professionally made CV and sample cover letters. In a span of 2 months, I have managed to get 4 interviews with very reputable international NGOs such as ILRI, One Acre, among others. With my new CV and cover letter samples that I customized to suit various positions, I am confident to apply for jobs in the UN agency, and honestly, I'm hopeful and confident that that is my next employer. For quite a long, I hadn't been receiving interview invitations. It is no longer the case anymore. Thanks a lot, and God bless you for the good work and always being ready to help. You can see how Lucy job search just changed overnight by joining this Badass Pro program. And that is what I want for you. Here's another email. Now, this email, as you can see, I got it 3rd of August, this month. Yeah. 2-3 weeks ago. This is what she says. Yeah. Dear Daniel, trust this finds you well. I'm back to say a very big thank you after I did the Badass Pro program, and with your guidance, I applied for a job where everyone was discouraging me that that job is demanding. Are you sure you will be shortlisted, etc. But the confidence I had was out of this world. I went ahead and applied. We were 30. The second interview, we were 10, and I emerged the best candidate and finally got the job with a 6-figure salary. To me, it is a blessing, and I will recommend the Badass Pro program. Thank you once more, and be blessed abundantly. I don't want to say anything about that. I think the evidence shows that there is great value that you are able to get from this program. And that is what I want for you. Here's your opportunity. How would you feel if next year, a time like this, you're debt-free, you're living in your dream home, you're planning your next vacation, you're having that job, a 6-figure salary, you have that dream job that you've been wanting. This is only possible if you decide to take action right now. I'm being told 3 more people have, 3 in total. So I have about maybe 7 more slots. Take that action Go to your Lipa na M-Pesa, buy goods and services. The till number is 715732. Get the 6 weeks of coaching, all the 4 certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide. If you're joining us international, I'm going to share with you the PayPal link that you can pay right away. I learned this from Gibron. He says, do not evaluate something based on how much it costs. Rather, evaluate something based on how much it is worth. So if you're there and you're saying this program is very expensive, you're just talking about the cost. But how much is it worth? What it is worth is you staying in that job you don't like, you never succeeding or getting to your dream job, being in a situation where you don't like, you're not able to provide for your family, being in a situation whereby you have the skills but you feel always underutilized and underappreciated at work, and you're feeling stuck. That is what is costing you not joining. That is what this program is worth, and it's able to make the difference. You guys, I know you have big goals. Here's a challenge I have for you. Let the size of your goal be equal to the size of the investment that you invest in yourself. Let the size of the goal be equal to the investment you invest in yourself. Here's a chance for you to invest big time. 6 weeks of coaching, all the 4 certification. Make that first payment, 9,999, through the till number 715732. I've been told someone is asking about the PayPal link, so I will put it in the comments. I know for people who are on LinkedIn, you'll not be able to get this comment right away. So those who are on LinkedIn, I'll share with you how you can join me and get. But I have put it on Facebook and also on YouTube. That's the link, yeah. Then we can be able to benefit. Justin, you have a question. I am in my final year, finishing in December, going for plant science, BSc. Is it beneficial for me? Yes. As a matter of fact, this will put you in the right footing if you are starting off your career. However, I will say this: if you haven't finished your coursework and your schoolwork, don't join. But if you're finished and you're waiting to graduate, you have the time to go through the program, I would advise you to do so. But if you have not finished your schooling, maybe you can pay and book it, but we can start later on, maybe in January when you finish, because I don't want you to interfere with your studies, because this is quite, it will take a bit of some time and effort. But if you're working, you can do it part-time. But if you're still in school, please don't. I hope that goes well with you. Yeah, is that okay? Let me move on and say this. Yeah, find the E to E ratio. I learned about this when it comes to those people who are successful. The top percent of highly successful people in this world, they take 95% of their time in education and only 5% in entertainment. While the bigger majority of the society, they take 95% of their time in entertainment. And I'm talking, entertainment doesn't mean just going for parties, but how much time do you spend gossiping? Maybe at the break area, talking, just having chats. How much time do you spend on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, admiring people's photo and what they are doing? That is still entertainment. Be purposeful with your time. And that is the only way you can be able to take advantage of this. 6 weeks of coaching, all the 4 certification, just make that first payment, 9,999. M-Pesa, till number 715732 will show you Careerpoint solutions. I've also put the link on how you can pay on PayPal, but I'll be able to talk. Let me put the what do you call it, Zoom details in the chat. But I'll tell you this: you will never be 100% ready when an opportunity arises. So what do? Just do it. You will not say, I'll be ready next week, or I will be ready next year, or I'll be ready in 2 months. You will never be 100% ready. So this is your opportunity. Just do it. Your greatest fear, the largest fear, carries your greatest growth. By the way, if you're there and you're feeling a bit afraid, you're not so sure, you're feeling a bit of some fear, that's a good thing, by the way. You know why? Because when you are about to do something outside your comfort zone, your body interprets it as danger, death coming. Just from our primal brain, it tells us we're about to die. So it brings in the fear and you want to shield yourself. So having the fear is a good indication that you're about to do something that is outside your comfort zone, because you will never grow in your comfort zone. That is why it said the largest fear carries the greatest growth. This is how it works. Here's your comfort zone. You're in the safe zone. You're in control. Everything is okay. Low risk, low reward. But then you're presented with an offer like this. Then you move into the fear zone. And here in the fear zone, you start having low self-esteem, low self-confidence. You start looking for excuses. Oh, I wish it came last week when I had, or I wish it was next week. Or you look for excuses. You start being affected by other people's opinion. Other people's opinion, like, what will people say that I went online, I met this guy called Daniel Mutuku, then I sent him money. That is the fear zone. But now the question is, will you pursue beyond the fear zone and get to the learning zone where you face your challenges, you solve problems, you acquire new skills like project management, monitoring, evaluation, you extend your comfort zone, and only then is when you can be able to push forward and get to your growth zone, where you find your purpose, you live your dreams, you set new goals, and conquer your objective. So if you're here in the fear zone, two options: retreating back to your comfort zone, or will you push past fear zone? I think it is up to you to decide. And I'm done. This is my last offer. Join the Partners Pro program today. Pay at least $9,999. Join the people who have already paid. I'll just confirm how many they are. Get the 6 weeks of coaching. All the 4 certification only if you pay when we are here live. Partners Pro coaching. You get the CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, or you can pay through PayPal. But it is a copy of certificate of monitor evaluation. Imagine your name there saying this is to certify that your name is there, has been formally evaluated, and assessed for demonstrated knowledge and skills in monitoring and evaluating projects using result-based management, and this person has been awarded a certificate in monitoring evaluation. By the way, when we started, I asked these 2 questions. Yeah, will you let me be your coach? Have I done a good job being your coach? Hopefully. I also asked you, will you let me tell you the truth, nothing but the truth? Hopefully I've done a good job being a truth. But the question is now on to us, would you want this to be the end of this coaching relationship, or would you want this to be the beginning? By the way, if you want it to be the beginning, you just join the Partners Pro and you will continue. Imagine for the next week being motivated and being inspired and coached like that. If you want it to be the end, you can just say, we loved the session, thank you very much, and you edit there. So the question I want to ask you, will you let this be the end, or do you want it to be the beginning? Let me know in the chat. I'll be happy to learn that. So let me do this. I'll go to the chat. I'll put this link. So join me on Zoom right now. I'll be able, oh, thank you. Flow State, you're saying you want this to be the beginning, yeah? I like that. I think I saw, how can you apply the cost waiver? We are going to discuss. Join me on Zoom right now. I've put that link in the chat. And because I know it will not work for those people who are on LinkedIn, you will not have that in the comments. Let me put the meeting ID. The passcode is salary. Join me right now. And then once you join me, we can be able to have a much deep conversation. Is that okay? You're saying hi. Hi, how are you? I see you right there. So I have posted this. So if you're on LinkedIn, the meeting ID 859900758820. The passcode is salary. Join me there. Let me actually open my Zoom so that I can allow you into the conversation, so that we can have that one-on-one. If you have any specific question, I can be able to ask. You can be able to ask. I want to invite you to the backstage so that we can have fun. But my question is, would you want this to be the end or the beginning? I can see Justin, you're saying you want this to be the beginning. Thank you very much. You want this to be the beginning of this coaching relationship. I am happy to continue coaching you for the rest. Eunice, you're also saying you want it to be the beginning. Thank you very much. So drop it in the chat. Do you want this to be the end or the beginning of our coaching relationship? I'll be happy to know that. And if you join the watch, let me mute myself here. I can see already people joining in the Zoom. Let me mute myself first, then I allow you to join in. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a great session. I'm glad and happy that I have you up to the last point. By the way, you hanging in here up to this last point, it shows that you're serious about your career and you want to develop and you have to get there. I'm here to help you to do that. Joy Lewa, I can see you saying you want it to be the beginning. Someone saying I want to be the beginning. So let me not change this. I want this to be here. For those who are joining us, join me on Zoom, and then we can be able to answer the questions and finish up. Is that okay? That is the last time showing it to you. 6 weeks of coaching. Just make that first deposit, 9,999. Do the till number 715732. Get the 6 weeks of coaching. All the 4 certification. By the way, we still have like how many more minutes? About 15 more minutes, yeah, to get the 4. Otherwise, if you pay thereafter, you'll get only 1 certification. Professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide. And we are good. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, I am very grateful. I can see more people joining in the in the Zoom. I'll give you a few more minutes. If you're ready, join me on Zoom. I have posted the link. Let me put the link again. And for those who are on LinkedIn, I think I can quickly drop the link also on LinkedIn, yeah, and see if you will be able to get it quick enough, and then we can call it a day. Oh, so many people saying they want this to be the beginning. I like that. I really like that. So if you're on, thank you. Who is here on Zoom? I can see Beleki is here. Steven, you're here. At midnight, you're here. Okay, I might not be able to pronounce all those names, but thank you. Let me post this on LinkedIn. Yeah, so if you're on LinkedIn, I've already put that link in the chat. I think that will be my cue to stop it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, so if you're on LinkedIn, you can see the link. The passcode is salary. Then we'll call it a day. And until my next session, when you decide to join me, I'm out.